I want this movie to scare the crap out of me. If you've seen any of the previous Halloween movies, just throw all of them away, throw all of that knowledge that you have obtained away, and just focus on the very first movie. Because on this timeline, it's just the first movie, and then 40 years have passed, and now it's this second movie. I'm just going by what I remember. I don't have any notes or anything, which I wish I had notes, but I don't. At the beginning of the movie, we see Michael at this mental institute. You know, Michael's handcuffed, and you don't see his face. There have been a lot of videos that have been like, Michael Myers face reveal. It's not a face reveal. One of the, podcast people, the man and the woman, he pulls the mask, which looks very great, by the way, out of his bag, and he's like, look, it's the mask. I've got it right here. And Michael is, facing this way, obviously. And he kind of, turns his face like this, where you see, this much of his face. And that was it. Well, in Halloween 2018, he killed 16 people. 17 people died in the movie, but he killed 16, maybe 15. Actually, you know what? Let's do a counter of how many people Michael killed in this new movie. Okay, from the beginning, and from what I'm suspecting, he killed the bus driver, he killed the dad, he killed his son, and then he goes to the gas station, he kills the 2 workers, he kills the 2 podcast people, and then he goes on to kill the woman that's making a ham sandwich in her kitchen, just like the first movie. He kills this woman on her phone talking to her friend. He kills the babysitter and her boyfriend. He goes after the virgin, who tries to go after Laurie's granddaughter, Laurie's son-in-law, the doctor, and 2 police officers. That's 16 people. He killed 16 people. I love scary movies. I want to be scared. When I go and watch a horror movie, or I see one that's about to be released or something, I see previews for it, I'm like, I want that to scare the crap out of me. I want to be terrified. I want this movie to traumatize me. I want to have to go to therapy because of this movie. So something that's been surrounding, swarming the YouTube community within the movie critics and stuff is, who crashed the bus? How did that bus crash? Who did it? Whatever. Which I had this theory during the movie. I think that it was the doctor who crashed the bus. I think that he caused some kind of ruckus on the bus and caused the bus driver to crash, and then he let all of the inmates go, all of the crazy people go, including Michael. Then Michael killed the bus driver while the doctor hid on the bus. Or, which would make it 16 people that Michael killed. Or, the doctor killed the bus driver. Or, one of the other inmates killed the bus driver. Now, I don't know if any of that would be true. I don't think that the doctor would have killed the bus driver because, spoiler, on into the movie, when the granddaughter, she sees Michael for the first time, and then she's like, oh my god, Michael's actually real. My grandma isn't freaking crazy. She's in the back of the police car with the policeman driving, and the doctor is in the passenger seat. They're like, keep a lookout for Michael. He's probably still around here. He's around here somewhere. She spots him just walking down the street. The policeman runs him over, and the doctor's like, don't hit him, don't hurt him. When he said, don't hurt him and stuff, I was like, he's killed so many people so far. But moving past that, I don't really want to focus on that anymore. Laurie, which is obviously portrayed by Jamie Lee Curtis, she has spent 40 years, ever since the first movie, because none of the other movies exist in this timeline. She spent 40 years fortifying her home, which, well, you think she's fortifying it, you think that she's, preparing for an apocalypse or something, which you find out it's a trap at the end of the movie. And first of all, my main question is, where did she get all of this money? She's got a lot of weapons. She's got it going on. What has this woman been doing? In the beginning of the movie, the two podcasts, like, interview people, whatever they are, they come to her house and give her $3,000 just to talk to her. And they talk to her for like 5 minutes. Is this how she's making her money? Are people just coming to her and being like, I'll give you $5,000 to talk to you for 10 minutes. Like, that's got to be how she's making her money, because I don't know. It doesn't say anything about her having a job. And I know she still ain't babysitting. She ain't making that money babysitting. What is she doing? But anyway, and the whole twist thing with this movie is, like, her granddaughter and her boyfriend, I guess it's her boyfriend, he's a piece of crap to me, but whatever. They are going to this Halloween party at their high school, dressed as Bonnie and Clyde with a twist. And the twist is she's going to be Clyde and he's going to be Bonnie. Throughout the whole movie, you see that there's like a role reversal. One of the things is with her friend. She's babysitting and he's sitting on the couch, like clipping his toenails, whatever. And then she's like, okay, like time to go to bed. And she like goes upstairs and tucks him in and stuff. And her boyfriend comes over. They go on the couch, you know, since the kid's upstairs in bed. What are they gonna do? They're laying on the couch making out and she's on top of him. And obviously in your head you're like, alright, they're gonna do it. They're gonna get naked and they're gonna die, because that's what happens in every single movie like this. And that's not what happens. And normally it's the guy that dies first. Like, because a lot of the times the guy's like, the girl goes like, oh, what was that? And he's like, I'll go check it out. In this movie, in this scene, she says, what's that? Because they hear a loud, like, banging noise. And then the kid runs downstairs and says that he saw somebody in the hallway. And we're like, oh my god, Michael's in the house. The babysitter goes upstairs and the boyfriend goes outside to smoke weed. And she's upstairs and she's like, oh, there's nothing. She does this little act, like, saying, like, oh, you need to get out of here. And she's like, go for help. And then she, like, jumps out and scares the kid. Which I was like, girl, you wrong for that, because something's gonna happen to you. And I'm pretty sure it's in the first movie. I know that there's a scene where Michael kills the boyfriend after the boyfriend and girlfriend, like, have sex in this parent's home of the child she's babysitting. And Michael kills the boyfriend, right? And he puts on, like, the sheet, like the ghost little costume, whatever, that he had, and comes into the room to the girl and then kills her. But in this movie, in the new Halloween movie, like I said, the roles are reversed. He kills the girl first. He kills the babysitter. So what he does to the girl when he kills her is the kid runs away and you see him shut the kid's bedroom door. He sits the babysitter in the chair, puts a sheet over her, and it looks like she's wearing a ghost costume sitting in the chair. The kid gets away. He finds the boyfriend, and when the boyfriend's introduced into the whole scene, he says that he got a tattoo because, like, this is the night that it's gonna happen, that they're gonna do it. You don't see the tattoo, you see her looking at it, and she's like, oh my god. When we see the boyfriend again after he's dead, he is, like, nailed to the wall somehow, and it only shows like a brief clip of him, but it zooms in on the tattoo on his arm and it says 10/31/18, which is October 31st 2018, Halloween, obviously, which I was like, oh, that's so cool. Moving on, in this movie, which was such a shock to me, at the beginning when they find the bus crash and stuff, it was a boy and his dad, and Michael kills the dad and the boy. The boy goes back to their truck to drive away to get help, you know, whatever, to get to safety. And Michael's in the back seat and, like, slams him against the window and, like, chokes him to death. Now that was pretty edgy, I must say. Moving on, I know that this is, like, super choppy and, like, I'm everywhere in the story, but maybe if you haven't seen it yet, you'll watch this video first, and then you won't know which part's gonna happen when. Like, it's all just gonna I'm all over the place because that's how my mind is. Michael is just a person. Like, he's pretty much an invincible person. Like, I don't know if he's basically some kind of demon at this point or what, but he's just a person. He has been shot, he has been ran over, he's been burned, and he is still kicking. Also, at the end of the movie, since I said her house is a trap, she has this, like, basement that in the movie it's got a big deal about with her daughter. Her daughter got taken away from her when she was 12 years old, and she never got custody back. But whatever, big whoop. It passes the past, you know? They were saying that Laurie wasn't a good mother, and she kept saying that, like, that was her cage, and, you know, she learned to, like, shoot a gun when she was 8 years old, and she was super paranoid all the time because of her mom. I mean, I can see how that would affect, like, a child's brain, but what are you gonna do? Get taken away from your mom, obviously. They finally get him into the basement, and Laurie pulls this little lever and ends up, like, trapping him in the basement. Like, there's these, like, spikes that go across through the top of the steps where you can't go up or down. And then she flips a switch, and the whole house is about to blow the heck up. It's about to go down, okay? You know, it keeps, like, cutting back to him just, like, standing there at the steps, like, just looking up at them, like, looking at the camera. And, you know, like, they're getting out of the house, obviously. And it cuts back to him again. He's still standing there, like, ominously. And when it comes back to him again, he's not standing there anymore. And in my mind, I was like, where did he go? Did he, like, lay down and just admit defeat and just die? Or did he find some kind of cubby hole to, like, get into to shield himself from the fire? Or, like, did he, like, loosen a floorboard and jump out when we didn't see him? Like, where did this man go? He's a big man. I don't know where he could have went, but he went somewhere. Do I think that it was the best movie in the world? No. Do I think it was the best horror movie? No. Like, it could have been better, and in some way, I think it could have been better. But for what it is, as a whole, I think it was great. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this movie. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. You can watch some of my other videos. I do a lot of gameplay videos. I stream on Mixer every other day for hours and hours of a night, and sometimes of a morning. So you can go follow me on there, or my Twitter, or Instagram, whatever. I always post when I'm live on my Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh! We can't let people know I'm a girl! Wow, this looks really creepy. Why was I doing that? Why was I doing this? Look how stupid my eyebrow looks. What's wrong with me?